Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alex Gonzalez and myself, Jay Yee, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now,
And a podcast you never knew you wanted.
exactly. We'll get started with my product, quote unquote, because it's not really a product. It's more of like a initiative or like a
I love items, products, and modes of thinking that end with the word initiative.
So you know how the FDA in America requires any food item that's sold here to give nutritional facts and ingredients lists, right?
I do.
What I want them to add one more thing to that.
And what is that?
And that is my idea for this week. What I want them to add is possibly part of the barcode that is already on there for a store to put their ID onto, or as its own unique image, logo. You know how like the recyclable, organic, all that stuff have their own logo. Maybe it could be its own logo. Maybe it's just built into the barcode. But what I want, the reason why I want this is I want it to be linked to the iPhone. So either Apple and Android and the FDA will either have to do this all together, or there just have to be the FDA do their own, or someone else does it and then they make this thing that becomes required by the FDA into it.
What is it though? Maybe I can help you.
Exactly. So what this is when you scan this with your phone, on your phone, it will tell you how many calories are in it, and you could choose how many servings you just ate for that scan.
So, all right, you got to tell me more.
Yes.
So I can see, because so far there's a product like this.
Is there?
So I lost weight using MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a product in which you can scan the barcode of any common product and it will give you the calories. It will tell you if you're going to go over calories, and then you can split it not only by serving size, but you can then split it into fractions of a serving size.
God damn it, because that's pretty much my idea.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go further than that.
Well, I mean, first of all, this thing is going to be required by the FDA to be on every product.
So what we're going to say is we're going to make it where MyFitnessPal is something that happens and there are other apps. However, you're going to make it a requirement that they're going to digitize all nutritional facts.
Exactly.
And that maybe we sync it up with a health app that automatically calculates for you. So when you put in your other biometrics and maybe use other things such as a watch that tracks biometrics, they'll all talk to each other.
Right. And that's exactly kind of what I was going with this product, where it will all just work that way, where when you scan it with your phone, it'll go into whatever health thing your phone has, and then it'll automatically do all this stuff. Really what I want is that it is required by the FDA, since they do require the nutritional facts, to include this, so it makes it easy for the consumer to track how much calories they're eating and how much of something is too much. You know, like, did I eat a cookie too much to go over and it doesn't even have to stop at calories. It could be, did I go over my recommended sodium count for the day, type of thing.
And on top of that, let's make the label, we're going to say it's going to be, what are they called? Those barcodes that you can scan, where nowadays, if you want to eat out at a restaurant, a QR code. And let's make it so these QR codes are on fast foods too. So if you get a burger, there's going to be a sticker on it that seals the wax paper so that you may eat it and it's sealed. And that wax paper is going to have a QR code that you can scan and put in. I think this is going to allow you also to understand what ingredients your food has, like you said, but you can also filter by possible allergens. So if you say no nuts, your phone will give you a warning when you scan in a product that has nuts in it. I understand that the ingredients will list it and maybe will say that it was made in a facility that contains tree nuts, is made with maybe possible belts that contain tree nuts, but sometimes that fails, and maybe having that additional safeguard, or for someone preparing food for another that may have these allergies, may not look for all of these things right away, and this would just be a worry-free way to make safe food for everyone.
Exactly.
Possibly preparing food for your child's class.
On top of
you
all
can even
that,
register different users. That would be great, an event, and that way their specific tolerances and intolerances.
Right. And in addition to all of these very valid points you're making, another part of calorie counting which always hindered myself was when it comes to home cooking. And I think it won't make it as simple as just scanning a QR code at McDonald's for however many calories are in the Big Mac you're about to eat, but it could help where you scan the raw chicken, and then you scan like the broccoli, you scan each individual thing and how much you portioned out and before you cook it. Obviously the calorie count's going to change depending on the spices and how you cook it and all that, but it'll give you a closer amount to what you actually consume when you make it at home, rather than being like, I cooked chicken today, give me the average calorie count for what most people think is in a cooked chicken. You know what I mean? It'll give you like a more accurate calorie assumption depending on what ingredients you used and scanned, rather than it just telling you, if you cook chicken, this is probably how much calories it's in there. You know what I mean? Because when you do home cooking, when you do these calorie counting apps, it just gives you a general list and then a general calorie count that they think would be in that meal that you just entered in on their list of meals, right?
Yeah, the most commonplace thing that people do with these kinds of apps is they end up buying a food scale so that it can all be standardized through the net weight of what they're eating. So what we're saying is that this is going to be widely enforceable and uniform throughout all commercial food vending and processing, so that QR code is going to be right there and customizable. Just like how there's a label that prints out 5 pounds 6 ounces, it's also going to spit out that QR code as well.
Exactly. Yeah, no, most definitely. Like at any grocery store, when you weigh out your meat, it tells you a weight. It'll also print out with the weight exactly how many calories is approximately in that much of whatever thing is. So if you got like a pound of baby back ribs, it will tell you how many calories would be in a pound of baby back ribs.
And this is synonymous. So then instead of manually entering things on smart fridges, you can scan that QR code before putting the ingredients in the fridge. That way your fridge also knows your ingredients. It's all right there.
For sure. Well, FDA.
Yeah.
Make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at apppoundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the AppPound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning make this happen because your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with Alex's Idea.
We're making Christmas better.
Christmas batter. What does that mean?
Christmas better. Not Christmas batter.
Better. Gotcha.
But I can understand, if you know who I am, why I might make Christmas batter. That also sounds delicious.
That's true.